Hello, hi there. Welcome back to another one of my videos where I go deeper into how you sell your services, particularly construction services, how we can tie what it is that you do directly back to your client and what it is that your clients want. Now, I'm going to put a little bit of context to this, and I see it far too often, is we have, or you have, should I say, the technical understanding. So you know what your client needs. Okay. So your client will come to you and say, I want to do X, Y, and Z. And you're coming straight in with the need. This is my observation, of course. But by selling that need, now bear with me, I'll explain this in a little bit more depth in a second. By selling that need, what is happening there is that it's alienating that client. So let me put this into an example. If you are an electrical engineering contractor, right? And a client comes in and wants a data center or wants a insert some sort of infrastructure, right? You coming in being very technical about what it is that you do is highly dependent on the client being very technical. Now, if the client's not very technical, we're going to have this kind of barrier that's between them. And if I just jump into my sheets, I can maybe explain that a little bit more. So if we're looking to sell, or when we're looking to sell, we may be noticing something that's happening in the conversation. We've got client one side, and then we've got you the other. Now, anything that we're putting in, I know you can see circles on your screen, and this comes in very useful for my next analogy, but anything that we're putting in here that's not going at the heart of what that client wants and how they want it and what's the understanding level that they have is not going to make it over the barrier. We're putting far too much stuff in the way. The client on this side has a want. Yep. Let's put this somewhere on this graph, and it's over here, right? They want this, which is near you because you know how to deliver it. Anything that we're putting in the way here, any additional noise, anything that's not really speaking to them around the issues that they're facing and how you're the solution to the problem that they have is really killing your chances of securing said sale here, because you're just not getting through to them and they're just not really feeling the urgency and in many cases really believing you in terms of what it is that you're looking to sell them. So if I clear this, I can explain to you a little bit more around how we overcome this. I'll just take all this stuff off. At the heart of what you do, there's going to be a want from the client, right? And when you're coming to pitch or sell or talk about your services, you need to use what I've built out here as the threefold method. This is really going to help you position your product as something that your clients want. You could be facing some frustrations around possible leads, opportunities are not coming into your business. So that's in turn affecting your pipeline within your business because you're not getting the opportunities. And then when you are getting that opportunity to sell to those clients, you're struggling to really get across when they say, well, why should I buy this? And asking questions which you seem to know that really they need it because that's exactly what they want. This will get them what they want is by going through said hurdle. What we've got to understand is we're not actually selling it to them in a way that they understand. So any sales conversation you're in or anywhere on your website or anywhere, anything that you send to a prospect that is not getting straight to the heart of the matter, which is our triangle in here, is missing the point. In here, we have to go into the want. And if you want to download these spreadsheets, please just write in the comments authority below, and I'll send you these worksheets, and you can do this yourself. You put in the center triangle what it is that the client wants. Okay, if you're in building or construction projects industry, then there could be a variety of things there, but we're going to be trying to focus on one. And what is it that they want from you? What is it that you give them that they want? If you are a facilities management company, you might say, well, actually what we provide them with is this ability to have this peace of mind. Their building is maintained, their building is secured. This is, everything above. Yeah. Okay. Our contract pays for itself in savings and etc. 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 Okay. So this is the wants. In this ring here, I want you to write down 3 things that stopping them at the moment. What's the 3 obstacles at the moment they're facing when they're going for this want? Because if they really want it, I'm pretty sure most clients at some point or another have tried to go and get it themselves. Okay. But there's going to be something that's stopping them. In the case of our facilities management company, the want from the client is to have this peace of mind around their building. What's stopping them? Possibly it's the finding of a reliable contractor. It's this regular reporting so that they know that everything is on track. And 3 is knowing that the works have been done and completed. This could be just 3 off the top of my head type subjects, right? This is 1, 2, 3. So we start to go into, which is our next ring out here. What is the opposite of that block? So what is it that they want? Well, if they're not getting the reporting in number 2, they're going to want full reporting, right? And if they don't know that the projects are completed, then they're going to want to be able to check that projects are completed, or should I say, be updated that projects are completed. Can't remember what I put in number 1 now. Finding a reliable contractor. So if they want to know that they're going to be fully covered by not only a reliable, but capable, established, maybe, this is all areas that you can start putting into your proposals, in your presentations, to really drill down into, well, we're focusing on here. This is what you want, Mr. Client. And here's 3 of the ways that we provide that to you. And overcome the objections that they will be having, or possibly the obstacles that they've faced in the past. So this is just one model, one exercise that I would like you to try. And of course, again, if you want these worksheets, then just type authority below and I'll get them sent to you. And this will move us into more of a matrix. Now, this is more of an exercise that I want you to do to be able to help you become a little bit more refined in this whole process. Now, if your want is to be attracting new inquiries, having clients who fully understand and actually desire what it is that you offer, and 3, you're the authority in the market. So those clients are turning up and wanting you because they know you understand them, then this is the exercise for you. This is what you need to be doing. And in this exercise here, we're going to go into a little bit more detail, and I'm not going to do this fully here because this can take a little bit of time. We go into who are the people that we're targeting. I need to get my pen on. Who is it that we're targeting? What's the problems that we are solving for them, and why should they believe? 1, 2, 3 is the way that you will position your presentation. It's the way that you will pitch and present what it is that you do. When they ask for a proposal, this should be the sole focus of that proposal contract. Now, if you're not at the point where you're producing heavy duty, long, big documents with lots of certification, then this is maybe a 1-pager at the front. This is maybe something that just encapsulates what it is you do. Possibly it's just the front and back of a particular proposal or document. But you are grabbing their attention and you are putting yourself at the forefront of the industry. I've included in these worksheets a couple of examples, and these are just more for you. And again, you don't have to take any of your wording from these, but they're just some examples of what I've gone through, and some that I'm sure that will help you. Before I jump into this slide, I think there's just one other topic that I need to really touch on. By being technical and having the knowledge, you have what is called the burden of knowledge. So you really do understand, and you pride yourself on the fact that you are experienced, that you have that knowledge and you have that experience. But we're turning this slightly, because we're not thinking about you and what it is you know and everything else. What we're doing is we're going on the other side of the table. We're going to be on the client side for this exercise. If at any point you confuse alienate, maybe speak in industry jargon to that client at any one point or another that they do not fully grasp or understand how it connects to what it is that they want to try and achieve and what it is that you're offering. If there's any point where that is not clear, you will lose them. Okay, so in this exercise, what we're trying to do is really actually start to dumb down. Sounds like a really horrible word, but what we're trying to do is really simplify your process so that actually the clients don't have to be worrying about reading 16-page methodology documents, don't have to be reading through how you go from A, B to C. They really only want to know A, B, and C. If I've got a particular problem, I've got a particular want, and you've got the solution to it, then I'm wanting you to come in and go, hey, you know what? What's the first step? Well, the first step we'll do is we'll diagnose. Yeah. Maybe using the doctor analogy might make a bit more sense, right? So first step is to diagnose. And why do we diagnose? Because when you go into the doctor doesn't just, as soon as you sit down, go, here's the medicine. Because he's going to ask you questions, right? What's hurting? Where's the problem? He's going to go through all the ailments first before he can even really work out what's going on. And this is exactly how I want you to think about your services. It might seem daunting at first because you know there's lots of different meetings and steps, but let's just keep it simple. What is it the client wants? If we're going back to our FM example, they want the peace of mind that their building's going to be secure. So what do you do first? I would imagine you have to go to site, right? You'd have to go to see the condition of the building. So possibly the step one is the condition report. Step one. Some of these before and afters, I don't want to be, again, because there's quite a lot going on in this video already, and I'm not even too sure how long we're into this one already, but we don't want to be, I don't want to be bogging you down too much with this, but before they step into a particular step, in this case, so step one being diagnose, well, what's before is they've got some form of pain. The first state is something hurts and I don't know why. Bring that back to our building analogy. Our building has plant that's 20 years old, and we know that we're losing money, and there's potential savings that could be made and energy that could be saved, right? Okay, boom, I've used an example completely off the top of my head, but could work. Okay, now after the diagnosis, what do they get? Well, they might get some form of report or some form of diagnosis or some form of, yeah, we've had a look at your building. Yes, some of the plants here, but actually it's quite a lot. There's going to be a lot to be replacing all this plant in one go. But actually, if you look at it over the next 10, 15 years, the plant starts to repay itself and you also get accredited. And, you know, there's lots of stuff that could be tackled in that one step that makes you look like, let's not forget one big word here, the authority. And I'm going to just assure you this: there's far too many companies out there that will want to talk about that they established 150 years ago and all this sort of song, when really the clients have a particular want, and it's up to you really as the business and as the sales function in your business, or even the sales and marketing function in your business, to be fully laid out on this, be fully clear, and be able to walk clients into your business and show them exactly what it is that they get. They want that. Your chance of sale has now suddenly gone through the roof. Now, thank you for bearing with me. And, you know, there's some technology that I'm still trying to overcome, but hopefully that was clear. If you want these worksheets and you want to take your business forward and you want to make yourself an authority in your space, then you need to write the comment authority below. I will provide you with this video again if you require it, but more importantly, you'll get these worksheets so you can do it yourself. If there is any other questions that you have, I'm happy if you want to drop them in the comments, or if you want to send me a DM, I will happily pick up any questions that you have there. Have a great day, and I'll speak to you soon.